everyone, and welcome to Minimize Risk and Boost Productivity with Cloud Collaboration. My name is Juliana, and I work in marketing here at MicroCAD. And today's presenter is Phil, our applications specialist. At today's webinar, we'll explore how cloud collaboration technologies can not only eliminate certain risks, but also mitigate others, all while boosting productivity across your team. As usual, throughout the webinar, you can ask a question at any given point on the left-hand corner. You can ask Phil to revisit a step or ask any questions. This is your time, and we want you to make the most of it. And in the upper right-hand corner, you will find links to our social media, website, and YouTube channel. We post all of our webinars there at the end, so you can share with colleagues or rewatch it on your own time. We will also be sending the on-demand recording of this webinar after 24 hours. So tomorrow at 1 p.m., you will get the recording of this webinar. So yeah, without further ado, I'll pass it on to Phil. Hi, Phil.
Good afternoon. Let me share my screen. I'm Phil Marshall. I'm one of the construction specialists at MicroCAD. And what we're going to be talking today about is a topic near and dear to everybody who's involved in construction. That's risk and how you manage and mitigate it. This webinar is one of a series from MicroCAD to help our clients be more productive and more profitable. So today, we'll think about how it can affect your business in terms of productivity or in terms of profitability. So we know that designing and constructing a building is tough. It needs people from a variety of fields and with differing experiences. Each group is responsible for their discipline, but it's dependent on others. And there's a lot of information, not just the geometry of the building, but specifications, testing requirements, custom fabrications, and schedules, right down to each of the millions of individual building components. Unlike everything else, building design projects are on tight budgets and schedules. Missing either the cost target or the opening date can have significant economic impact. So it's no wonder that construction sites are considered cluttered, chaotic, and unsafe. There's a lot of wastage of both material and time as different trade crews work on the buildings. And there seems always to be some surprises. Something is going to cause change to the design or the construction, which makes this industry very concerned about managing risk. So what are the risks in construction? Many come from the volume of data involved. Drawings, specifications, procedures, RFIs, change orders, submittals, all contain information critical to the success of a project. This information must be current and available to all partners. Errors can come from not having the latest drawing, communications issues, or insufficient collaboration with all partners, from designers all the way through installers. Changes will occur, we know that. What is the problem is when the change process is too slow, when crews in the field are waiting for authorization, or where change notification isn't done to all partners. Keeping track of how the project is progressing versus goals and raising flags when it diverts from the plan is key to fixing problems. You can't fix it if you don't know about it. There are, of course, some kinds of risks that can't be prevented. Weather affects productivity and limits some construction activities. And there's always the chance that what your soils engineer said was clay turns out to be sand. More relevant are the kinds of risks that you know about. Subcontractors that are not delivering, either not meeting schedules or missing quality and safety objectives. Equipment is not delivered as expected, delaying other tasks. Accidents on the site, which in hindsight are almost always preventable. Unexpected draining of your cash reserves, and the risk that affects you most, rework due to mistakes and changes. These preventable risks cause you to think, if only I knew that before. But you can. With Autodesk Construction Cloud apps, you can know prior to selecting a subcontractor, You can review their capabilities, their safety record, their financial stability. Long lead time equipment can be sourced earlier and schedules can be adjusted to allow delayed delivery. Every day you can impose safety regimens to prevent accidents. You can use analytics to protect your cash flow so you aren't surprised and can make adjustments as necessary. And most importantly, all of the partners on the project can avoid mistakes by using only the current drawings and collaborating any questions or potential confusion. Let's look at these a little deeper. The Building Connected app from Autodesk allows GCs to validate subcontractors' abilities to deliver the needed work, both in terms of people and financial stability. During the bidding process, it lets the GCs compare the bids, leveling out any variances. During the construction process, daily quality inspections can detect incomplete or unacceptable work and report to the project manager in real time to enable quick correction of the problem. You can create material takeoffs from the BIM model early in the design process to identify long lead time equipment. That can be sourced and scheduled before the building design process is even completed. Construction sequencing can be adapted to work around any delayed equipment. And tracking of equipment can be handled with asset management so you know the status of all the major equipment. Autodesk Construction Cloud enables you to create safety checklists which can be filled out every day by every crew. They can be as detailed as you need. Any failures can be immediately reported to the project manager for correction. The checklist can cover things like PPE, tool condition, suitable training for use of equipment, fall prevention, and working near hazards. All of the checklists are retained so that at the end of the project you can run analytics to see subcontractors' safety records to determine if you want to work with them on the next project. Predicting cash flow is a dynamic task. There are always things that affect the timing or the amount of transactions. Autodesk Construction Cloud can help by providing performance tracking at the granularity of work crews. This data can help identify tasks that are falling behind, which may impact costs. And there will always be RFIs in the process, and some of them will escalate into change orders. Autodesk Construction Cloud, it helps you to manage the RFIs, make sure that they are responded to timely, and isolates those that become change orders. For those, ACC can help you predict cost impact. But the biggest risk is rework in the field. This might come about from mistakes made because the crew has outdated their drawings, or different trades are working on different versions of the drawings, or a pending change is not communicated. All of these are addressed by Autodesk Construction Cloud's collaboration tools. ACC provides a single source of truth so that all of the trades access the same version of the drawings, the latest version of the drawings. ACC manages the RFIs and change order process so that answers come quickly and are communicated instantly. All partners get notification of pending changes so they can adjust their schedule to minimize impact. And inspection protocols are updated to check that the agreed upon change is getting done with real-time notification of any anomalies. There will always be some risks you can't avoid, weather, unexpected site conditions, but with MicroCAD and Autodesk Construction Cloud, you have the ability to know what's happening with your project and predict the future. In pre-construction phase, you can verify subcontractors, plan for long lead time equipment, and establish achievable schedules. In the construction phase, you can perform daily safety checks and inspection reports to ensure the project is on track. Any variance can be used to predict the impact on schedule and cash flow. And all collaboration among the partners works with the most current set of drawings, eliminating mistakes. This data-based approach gives you access to the data you need to make the decisions to avoid the risk. Risks are real, but we can help you mitigate them through data sharing, and design collaboration. Autodesk Construction Cloud lets you identify where you should be concerned. It provides a platform for exchanging data and ideas so all the partners work collaboratively, minimizing misunderstandings. And the tools allow you to make changes dynamically, responding to changes. Managing risks means to identify, to minimize, and to mitigate. We'll never eliminate all risks, but we can manage them with Autodesk Construction Cloud. So at this point, let's handle any questions that have arisen.
Thank you, Phil, for that wonderful presentation. Let me go over the questions. Okay, so the first question I see is, I'm already using Procore. How is this any different?
Procore is a really good package. It's pretty popular in the workplace. The thing that makes the Autodesk Construction Cloud different from packages like Procore is that Procore does a good job of the release documents at a static point of time. What Autodesk provides is, because they've wrapped in the design tools, all of the changes are kept track of in the Autodesk world. And with ACC, you'd be able to see the changes. With Procore, you just get a snapshot in time of the data. So only Autodesk can provide the design through installation complete workflow, so that when changes occur from the design side, they are propagated all the way to the people in the field. Like I say, Procore is a good package for what it does, but the Autodesk Construction Cloud handles more of the process and allows a tighter integration with the real geometry. So in Procore, you may see that your drawing has changed, but you don't know that on that drawing, what really has changed is a wall's been moved by 6 inches, and you have to adapt. So it's the geometry that the Autodesk Construction Cloud can link to the processes, which you don't get with packages like Procore.
Got it. Thank you, Phil. The next question is, who's using this now?
Autodesk has been in the construction side of the business for probably around 8-10 years. And certainly from the design side, they are the leading vendor for tools for design. This package, this ACC package, is used by GC, certainly, and it's used by subs, and it's used by construction managers for architectural firms. So frequently we have architectural firms who provide construction management. They will be using tools like this. So it is a fit in a number of different places. And when we're talking about companies like Skanska, Turner, Bechtel, these are all companies who are using this Autodesk Construction Cloud. So it is well accepted by the industry.
Absolutely. The third question I see is, I've used this on a couple of projects, but mostly I'm still in 2D in AutoCAD. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with 2D and AutoCAD if it's the appropriate tool for the appropriate project. And there's plenty of simplistic projects where it does the job. In cases like that, the value of BIM collaboration, if you're working with multiple teams, the size of the project or complexity of the project doesn't change. That doesn't change the need for collaboration among all of the teams. So if you have a mechanical team, you have a piping team, and you have an architectural team, communicating amongst those teams and collaborating is still just as important, whether it's a $10 million project or a $500 million project. So in any of those cases, the need for collaboration is still real, and the benefits are there for you. And the biggest benefit of using ACC isn't the productivity, although that's very important. It is just what we're talking about today. It's mitigating the risks, and by mitigating the risks on a $2 million project becomes just as critical as it is on the larger project. So I think that it has a fit here. The interface with AutoCAD is built in, so you can be using AutoCAD and 2D geometry just as well as you can do 3D. Obviously, you can't do 3D interference checking, but other than that, there's no reason why you couldn't be using these tools with AutoCAD.
Absolutely. And if you want to learn any of these topics in detail, you can always take a custom training with Phil or someone else on our team. And we also offer group classes online. So, yeah, I wanted to encourage you all to check the box of the webinars registration you have on the right hand. We have all our upcoming webinars there. And if you see something that you're interested in and you cannot make it, we highly encourage you to register so you can get the on demand recording for that, even if you didn't attend. So, yeah, I would like to thank you, Phil, and thank everyone for attending. This is our numbers based on region in case you have any question. And as I mentioned before, we will be sending you an email after this webinar and also the on-demand recording so you can reply to any of those emails. If you have any questions, or you can just contact us via phone with these numbers we have here and also my contact information below. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Phil, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Goodbye.